Hey there, everyone, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday, the Wednesday series that I'm doing for wellness, both mind, body, and spirit. I am your coach, Carrie, and just another quick reminder that I am not a nutritionist, I am not a psychologist, I am not qualified in any way to treat any mental illness or advise you on specifically what you should be eating. So if you have any specific needs or any concerns, please, please, please seek a professional's help. I am here to be your coach. I'm here to be your motivator, your inspiration, and just basically give you tools that I have used myself and that I have read about, and hopefully help you along your journey with all of those things. So to get today kicked off, I know we've talked about sabotage so far. We've talked about how to stop the sabotage, that just recognizing that something in your past is affecting you is not enough, that you actually have to clear that kind of stuff out. So we've talked about something called tapping, or EFT, emotional freeing technique. And we've also talked about the actual act of writing out an experience, what happened and all of the emotions that go on with it, and burning that piece of paper, because the energy that you have in your body, in your mind, associated with that memory can be transferred through your hand onto the piece of paper, and then you can clear it by then burning it, getting rid of it. So those are a couple of techniques. Now, it's kind of funny that the new year just happened, and I know I've written a couple of posts about this, but it just sort of has been on my mind that we need to just talk about starting towards your goals. Okay. And this is not going to be a big, long workshop of, how to write goals or how to do a vision board, which is something that I'm going to be doing. Although if that's something that you guys are interested in, then by all means, let me know, and we can maybe do a vision board party right here on Zoom, which is where I record these videos, and do something fun like that. But my focus right now is to talk to you guys about just having goals, whether they're really specific, whether you've written them down, or whether they're more abstract, of just sort of like this thing in your head, like, I would like to be here. Like, I am here. I'm either, maybe I'm overweight, or maybe I don't eat as healthy as I want, or maybe I'd like to be more fit, or maybe I'd like to have more energy, or, I'm over here, and this is where I want to be. And it can be a very daunting thing. I mean, even just day to day, when you think about it, I wrote out a list today because I had all these things that I wanted to do, but of course, Caden's here. So it's very difficult to sit down and actually get some work done. Here it is the afternoon. Steve's finally home because he's got half days right now. And so I knew that I was going to have this time that I could get some things done, but I had a list of things that I'm just like, I need to write it all down at least and know what it is that I need to tackle. And then it's sort of like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get this done? How am I going to get from point A to point B? It seems very daunting sometimes. And a lot of times, I mean, even in the day-to-day stuff, like I said, you can find yourself very overwhelmed, very intellectually, I know that I can figure this out, but it's going to take a lot of brain power, and it's going to take a lot of work, and it's going to take a lot of effort. And I just don't know that I'm up to the task. And we totally psych ourselves out before we even get started. Which is very detrimental, obviously. If you have a place that you want to be and you don't even leave the place that you are, you don't even make any steps to get to that other place, then you're never going to get there. And the only way to kill your goals is to never even start. Have you guys ever heard that? The only way to kill your goals is to never even start. Okay? You will eventually get there if you are taking some sort of steps. And they may be the crappiest steps you feel like you've ever taken in your life. You may feel like you're literally failing every single day. You may feel like you're moving backwards. But the point is that if you are at least trying to move, then you will figure things out. It may not be pretty. It may be really hard to begin with until you figure a few things out and maybe get a little bit better at things. But you will get there if you are moving, and you won't get there if you are not moving. So I know that I'm speaking to a couple of you that are in this group, that have been in this group for a little while, that maybe, some of you used to be really active, and some of you have sort of fallen off. Some of you have said, I know I need to get back into it, and then I still haven't seen you. So I'm talking to all of you, honestly. But maybe for some of you, this is ringing a little bit more true than it is for others. And that is just simply to start somewhere. And don't psych yourself out about it. And don't worry about, am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? It's not, there is no wrong. There is no wrong way of doing things. There's only your way of doing things. Do you understand? Like, mind blown here. There is no wrong way of doing things. There's only your way of doing things. You don't need to worry about the way anybody else does life or does their journey to their goals, because that's exactly what it is. It's their journey and it's their goals. Your goals aren't the same as theirs. Your journey is not going to be the same to get to it. It may take longer. It may take shorter. It totally depends on a totally unique set of circumstances to you. The point is, you need to identify where you want to be. Maybe and writing it down is actually a really good idea. And then intellectually, because you know what you need to do, intellectually figure that out. Even if it's just literally, I think at least if I start this, then somehow, and I don't know how, this travels the rest of the way to this, but I feel like at least this is the step in the right direction, and you start doing that. And then you figure out if that is the right thing or not the right thing, or if you need to tweak it, or you need to do more, you need to do less, or whatever it is that you need to do, but you need to start. So let's just say, for fitness, for the sake of fitness, maybe right now you have hit a huge slump. It happens. We all hit huge slumps throughout our journeys, right? So maybe you've hit a huge slump, right? And you've taken a couple of months off, and you know that you need to get back into a routine. You know that ideally you would do a whole program from start to finish. You would work out the 4 or 5 or 6 days a week that it says to work out, that you'd follow the nutrition program, that you would drink your Shakeology, that you would do all the things to get to what you want, right? But that is daunting, because you've literally just fallen off the wagon for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever months, a years that you've fallen off. So that's daunting. And so you're psyching yourself out. And so you continue to be in this cycle of not doing anything, because you're psyching yourself out and saying, I can't jump into a program where I'm working out 6 days a week and eating amazingly and drinking my drink and doing all this stuff, because I know I'm already psyching myself out. I already know that I'm going to sabotage myself, which we've already talked about how to stop sabotaging yourself. And there's more ways to do that, which we could talk about later. But you're already psyching yourself out, so you're not even starting. And that's like the biggest sabotage ever, is to just not even start. So maybe you just commit to, I'm going to work out Monday and Thursday, and I'm going to eat whatever I want to. Maybe that's where you start, so that you get really good at committing to yourself and staying true to yourself on your word of, I'm going to work out every Monday and Thursday. Maybe it's Tuesday and Friday. Maybe it's Wednesday and Saturday. Whatever days of the week work best for you, that you feel like, I can make a commitment to these 2 days of the week and I can stick with it. And so you do. You just do. And then once you get really good at it and you start to see progress from it, then you can figure out a couple other days of the week that you can work out consistently and stay true to yourself. And then maybe you say, okay, I'm going to, I've been going out to eat, because my kids want drive-through 4 days a week. I'm going to commit to cutting one of those days out and making it a priority to cook food at home. Maybe I'm going to make a commitment to myself that even if I have to microwave some chicken nuggets for my kids, I'm still going to cook what I need to eat well, because I'm there. You know, I have a 4-year-old that's the pickiest eater in the world, and I'd rather that he eat something than eat nothing because I'm trying to get him to eat broccoli. It's not going to happen. I'm not worried about it. It takes like a minute to microwave some chicken nuggets and he can eat. And eventually, you know, I mean, that's what I grew up on, so I'm not worried about it. Somewhere down the line, I'll get him eating healthy. I'm not going to worry about it, but I'm also not going to sacrifice my health because he eats like a 4-year-old. Because he eats like a 4-year-old, it doesn't mean I have to eat like a 4-year-old. And he wants to go to Chipotle, and he wants to go to Texas Roadhouse, and he wants to go to all these places. And I say, buddy, we can't afford it. You know, hey, I'm sorry, but that's like a treat that we get to do every once in a while. And mommy makes a sacrifice and eats the boring salad that I, you know, can get at those places because they don't have all of the fun things that I can put on my salad at home. And I'll make that sacrifice for him, and that's fine. But I'm not going to regularly sacrifice my health because he wants to go eat at McDonald's or Burger King or wherever. So those are the little things that you can do. Not starting is not the option. Not starting is never going to get you where you want to go. Not starting is not what you should be doing. Finding some way to get out of your head about this supposedly unattainable goal that you have. Get out of your head and stop psyching yourself out about it, and just pick something that you can do. I mean, I've been a coach for 1.5 years right now, and the first year was, well, the first like 8 months was totally crappy. I was horrible. I was back on my Instagram account the other night and looking at my pictures, what I was posting about, and I was like, wow, I'm amazed anybody even joined me to begin with. I mean, other than the fact that I at least had figured out the fitness thing and the eating thing, sort of. I mean, I still sabotaged myself somewhat regularly, but I bounced right back. So I'd at least figured that part out, right? But other than that, I wasn't very motivational. I wasn't very inspirational. I didn't bring a lot of value to people's lives. And yet I got people to join me because I kept taking one step after another, after another. I totally just bombed the first part of the year that I joined as a coach until I could figure a few things out and then improve and get better and do a little bit more and that's, I'm still on that journey. Shoot, I still, this entire 2018, I've been better as a coach, but I'm certainly not where I feel like I need to be for you guys, which is why I continue to try to improve, which is why I continue to add things like I'm trying to add Wellness Wednesdays. So long story short, I don't want to like ramble on forever and ever and ever, is you need to start. You guys need to start. Write down your goal of what you want to do. And it's not like, you don't make it a size or a weight or, you know, make it something that can fill you with joy. And not that a size and a weight can't fill you with joy, but make it something that can fill you with joy. Like, I am living my best year yet ever because my goal is to consistently work out 5 days a week. My goal is to consistently eat 80% the right way and only cheat 20% of the time. My goal is to have endless energy to run around with my kids. My goal is to, you know, whatever it is, write down those goals. And then how are you going to get there? You're going to start by at least working out 2 days a week. You're going to start by at least changing, you know, or throwing away the potato chips that you can't say no to. Even if your kids love them too, they can eat something else that maybe isn't as much of a trigger for you. Or maybe you're going to start tapping to stop those things. Or maybe you're going to start, you know, clearing out some old memories by writing them down and burning them. Whatever it is, pick something that you can start to do today to move forward, so that eventually, because you will find yourself continually on this, like, you know, zigzag pattern of moving forward and moving back and moving forward and moving back. But eventually the moving forward will take over and you will find yourself at your goal, even though you thought back here that you never were going to get there. Okay. So anyways, I hope this helps. I hope this was an amazing thing for the first Wellness Wednesday of the new year, January 2nd. Oh my goodness, it's only the second day of the year. And I hope that you guys are finding your new year to be super amazing and wonderful. And I can't wait to see you next week. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about, but it's going to be great, I promise. And I hope you have a great rest of your week and a great weekend, okay? See you guys later. Bye.